an opening statement, please?
Yes, I do. A much needed win for our football team. I mean, it was an awesome day. I mean, it really was. And our practice this week was so much better. I mean, the competition, just the look, and we improved. And when you improve and you go out there and you play as a team, you typically are successful. And that's what was going on out there today. It was a good way to win. I love winning. You face some adversity there in the second half. You have to really dig down and find out what you're made of. You make a stop that's, they had about 6 inches to go to get that touchdown. And to see our defense rise up and make that play, and then offensively to have the finish like we did, the big touchdown throw on the third down. And then we finished it up with a run, a kind of an afterthought with the run there, but just a great way to finish everything in general. Still got a long way to go, but what you saw out there today was really what I'd envisioned seeing for our first 4 contests. And not that we were lacking in any of those areas, but you saw offensively pulling for the defense involved today. It was just a different feel. It was a much different feel, a lot of confidence on our sideline. You could just see it in their eyes. And it led to a victory over a good Army football team. Playing up here, this is my first time ever coming and taking place a contest in this stadium. A lot of history here. And I was telling our guys that these guys have won 3 national championships in their history. They had had 3 Heisman Trophy winners in their history. I mean, you're talking about history. And we got to come up here and experience it and defeat that history in that Army team. And I'm so very proud of that football team. Why is there music? At some point we're going to get this right.
Okay.
All right, we've got ESPN cut off in the background now. Oh, it feels good to win. Oh, I'd have probably smashed that computer if we'd have taken an L on that to happen.
I guess.
Elaborate on the goal line stand, because that was pivotal. And like you said, 6 inches. What happened?
I mean, they made the plays. They made the plays when it was needed, and they had driven that ball down, and the power run inside game with their big old guys and their big fullbacks, and at some point in time we weren't getting pushed around, but at some point in time you got to take a stand, and they made a stand, and that I don't know what we'll do from here on out, but I do know one thing: that goal line stand may just be the doggone click that we needed, because it was marvelous.
And then after that, you had to stop them again,
Oh yeah.
and that wasn't exactly easy. Then you run out of time too.
I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, the game is won and lost by our football team and by our football players. And if you saw us on the sideline and you saw everyone involved, this team decided we were not losing today. And they rallied around one another and pulled for one another and won for one another.
What was the call on the 3rd and 5 that threw the touchdown? It's kind of a gutsy call.
The call was win the game. He said, if the shot's there, you want to take it? I said, yes, sir, we're taking it. And the shot was there. And I really got upset because we handed the ball off. And of course, you're trying to bleed the clock a little bit, gain a first down. And, you got to play that game with some guts. You got to have that mentality to go out there and take the shot. And we took the shot today. We should have took it a few more times and probably would have had it. But we were controlling the line of scrimmage, running the football quite well. And we felt very comfortable doing that. But it was, it's so nice to see that ball go up in there and land in those hands and run in that end zone.
Could you also comment on the way Darren played today and Jordan, because he
Yeah, there's a lot of great efforts out there. Darren offensively, Jordan defensively. I mean, there's so many, and I would really love to sit in here and just talk about Darren and Jordan, but I can't do them justice. I mean, they lay it all out there every single play for our football team. They do it in practice, they do it in meetings. So I'm not real surprised when they go out there and are successful. And we've got a lot of other guys in that locker room that do that as well. And we got a lot of other guys in that locker room that need to start doing it as well.
You had some changes on the offensive line. How did that work out for you there?
We won. I'd say it worked out pretty well. I was looking for a spark, and I won't say I was looking. We had a really deep conversation, and I said I want a guy, or I use the term we need a guy that is a fighter. We need a guy that will lay it on the line and fight. And so we had to do some maneuvering and inserted Lou Cristobal, and Lou's a fighter. And let me tell you, Lou's come a long way. I mean, a really long way. And then he had the opportunity today to go out and make a difference in our football team. And he did a great job. And anytime you have a fighter's mentality, you have a chance in life. And he's got that. And he's developed that. He goes out and practices like that. Sometimes practice isn't so pretty, but he goes out there and does it every single day. And when you have somebody that does that, if you don't give those guys a chance, then I don't know why we're in this business. He deserved a chance, and he made I'm going to say, I haven't seen the film, but I think he made a difference.
That feel good to get the monkey off your back.
You know what? I love winning. I mean, that's what I'm in this business to do. That's what we're all in this business to do. We love to win the football game. When you go out there and you're sitting there 0-4, and I think there was 2 or 3 or 4 monkeys on my back, to tell you the truth. There was, I go in my office and sometimes I couldn't even get out of my seat. But those guys in that locker room right there, those players, they lifted them and then they took them right off. And we've got to go work, and we got to win on Monday to be successful. And if we continue to do that, we're going to be okay.
Ray, do you have anything?
Yeah, I was going to ask about the other Jordan on defense, Jordan Jones, making his first career start. Do you think you talked about simplifying
I
stuff?
can't hear a word you're saying.
Talking about Jordan Jones,
Yes.
redshirt, making his first start. You talked about simplifying stuff this week for those guys. Do you think playing a triple option team and it having be so assignment based helped you out with that?
Yeah, you can't go out there with multiple things. You can't think about all that stuff. That type of offense, you gotta be able to play football. And Jordan Jones making this first start and going out there and like I said, just people stepping up. If you would have told me 2 weeks ago it'd have been Jordan Jones, I'd have been like, and then he practices and he comes and he's working in these situations, and now he's out there starting his first football contest. And it's great to see. Sometimes you got to go let these guys play. You got to let them go play the game. Us coaches get in the way a lot of times. You got to let them go play. And I think he played really well today. Of course, you saw what our defense did. So I'm thrilled for him as well.
Anything else?
And then, was it nice to see some of these big plays hit in the running game that you've been maybe looking for more explosiveness on that side of the ball?
I mean, I love to see big plays. I could care less if it's running the football, Darren running the football, us throwing the football 50 times. I just love to see the explosive plays, the plays that are executed really well. And that's how the game of football is supposed to be. Sometimes the athleticism overtakes the actual play call. And if you saw that last play or the one to the touchdown pass, that's just athleticism. That's just, hey, I'm just beating you. And those were awesome feelings to see that ball go up in the air and come down. And we missed one earlier to thrash. But it's a great feeling. But I thought for the most part, we controlled the line of scrimmage and had the ability to do what we wanted to do running the football.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you all very much.
Darren, Jordan, keep going first. Jordan's money.
I'm sorry. What? I saw I had to cut you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, Stan, you have any questions for Jordan?
What's it like going against that offense and just get, pounded the whole game?
Man, it's a whole different world. It's you go week in, week out of facing spread and option teams, and then you go off Army, who runs hard nose option, 270-pound fullbacks, O lineman cutting. There's nothing like it, but it is definitely the most physical game. I tell all my teammates that this is gonna be the most physical game you'll ever play since playing it my freshman year and last year.
Tell me about the goal line stand. What happened on that?
We just, as a defense, we saw it was 4th and 1, 4th and inches actually, and we just said, bow your neck, like give it all, lay it all on the line. No matter what happens, you just lay it on the line, give it all, and you can't match yourself. So it went our way that time, and I couldn't be more proud of the guys up front.
Did you kind of know that was the guy who's going to get the ball?
I honestly thought they were going to quarterback sneak it and then use the fullback to shove him over the goal line, but yeah, that would have been my second guess, to give it to that guy, just to run it right up the gut, because they've had success getting at least falling forward for a couple of yards every time they ran that play.
Coach was talking about how that play might be the spark
Mhm.
or something. What are your thoughts on that?
I think this whole game as a whole, just collectively, we haven't played this well in all 3 phases all year. So offensively did their thing. Defense, that's definitely sparked I'd say that's the highlight of the defensive game, just stopping on that 4th and 1. And special teams played their tails off, and collectively that whole game was the turning point this year.
Did Brady have anything?
Brady, got anything for Jordan?
Yeah, how does it just feel as a defense to not only win the game, but to only give up 14 points like that after a couple of tough weeks?
Man, there's nothing. I'm proud of my guys. I couldn't ask for better teammates on the defense side ball and offense side ball, but defensive guys, I'm proud as heck of them. 14 points to a really good Army team. Can't ask, and 3 turnovers in total. I think we had 2 4th down stops, something like that. But I couldn't be more proud of these guys, and I can't wait to get back to work Monday with them.
Go ahead.
All right, thanks, Jordan. All
All
right.
right, thank you.
All right, Sandy, questions for Darren?
Just your feelings after finally getting one.
Feeling great right now. Just coming here and just fighting as a team. We don't have the numbers. We're not at home. We don't have the home field advantage, but everybody just coming together and us getting our first win together and just pulling for each other and just fighting for each other. And it just felt great.
What do you think enabled you guys to turn the corner from what happened last week to coming up here and doing this?
Just really us coming together, just coming together as a team and just saying we can't take no more. We can't take no more. We got to fight. We got to keep fighting. And we really took our turn in practice this week. Just more energy, more intensity, more competition. Just really just turning it to practice. Just taking one day at a time and just waiting until we get to Saturday and just going out there and playing our hearts.
3rd and 5 there at the end. What'd you think when you said throw it?
Hey, I know those guys and I know those outside receivers. They love when the ball comes to them, and if they 1-on-1, I could bet anything they gonna win. So just put it in the air, give them a chance, and they made a great play.
You think this is what you guys need to spark to turn things around?
This is a great win, and just for us to get some momentum going. We was down 0-4. This is a great momentum shift for us, and just to keep it going, just keep it pushing, just take this game and just keep it going.
And Cristobal gets his first start. How do you think he played?
O-line as a whole played great. I was just sitting back there, handing the ball off. It's a bunch of holes open, wide open for those running backs to run through there. So they give me great pass protection, giving me time back there. So, the whole O-line played a great game today.
Anything for you, Brady?
Yeah, I guess just, obviously the touchdown that made it 24-14 was the big one, but did it feel nice to get that second one there at the end to get the 17-point lead and just add 30 points on the board? Like, you guys want to score on offense, obviously.
Yes, we get to that point of the game, we're just trying to run out the clock, just trying to chew some clock. And then as soon as I hand it off, I just see a big hole open up for Tucker. And Tucker finished the run. So, it's always great to put up points. Always good to finish the game like that with a touchdown. So, just great game offensively and a great way to finish.
Anything else?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Allison? Yeah, this is Marcel, the Sports Inquirer. Just overall, what the balance of the offense, being able to run the ball and pass it, and just keeping the Army defense confused really with what you were trying to do out there.
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, just the balance on the balance on offense. Just what about that for the team overall?
Just we always talk about just keeping our offense balanced so people don't know what we want to do. So, just at the beginning of the game, just running the ball, runs were great. So, we're not going to change up anything that we're doing. So just running the ball and just we have RPOs tagged. So just taking what they give us. Like we threw a couple of hitches out there and just making sure we're not trying to force anything, just taking what the defense give us and just being the offense that we know we could be.
Anything else?
Darren, first of all, congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it.
What a difference about 10 days makes. We definitely appreciate and commend your effort for talking to us last Thursday. I know that was rough. Obviously better times now. What was it like to finally get the run game really looking like it was like it did last year?
Those guys up front, they keep it for us, keep the holes open for them with those running backs. So, it's always great to run the ball well because it opens up everything else for our offense. Once we start running the ball well, they want to stack the box. Then we get to throw our hitches out there, our goal balls like we've seen on 3rd and 5. So, running the ball just opens up everything in our offense and, it's great for them.